What if I told you that the secret to a longer, happier, and more meaningful life isn't hidden in a billion-dollar business, a luxury lifestyle, or some complicated self-help system? What if the answer has been quietly practiced for generations in a small Japanese village where people regularly live past 100 years old? Think about this for a second. Every morning, millions of people wake up feeling exhausted before the day even begins. They rush to jobs they don't enjoy, chase goals that don't truly fulfill them, and spend years wondering why success still feels empty. But what if everything you believed about success was incomplete? What if the real goal isn't just making money, retiring early, or becoming famous? What if the goal is discovering the reason you wake up excited every single morning? This idea is called Ikigai. And according to this remarkable book, finding your Ikigai could be one of the most important discoveries of your life. Today, we're diving deep into the best-selling book Ikigai by Héctor García and Francesc Miralles. And by the end of this video, you'll understand how to find purpose, increase happiness, reduce stress, and create a life worth living. Let's begin. The book Ikigai became a global phenomenon because it explores a fascinating question. Why do some people live longer, happier lives than others? To answer this question, the authors traveled to Okinawa, Japan, one of the world's famous blue zones, places where people live significantly longer than average. What they discovered wasn't a magic diet or a miracle health supplement. Instead, they found a way of thinking, a way of living, a deep sense of purpose. The Japanese word ikigai roughly translates to a reason for being, or the reason you get out of bed in the morning. And this is where the book becomes incredibly powerful. The authors argue that having a clear purpose isn't just good for your happiness, it may actually help you live longer. People with a strong sense of purpose tend to stay active, connected, motivated, and mentally healthy even in old age. The book combines Japanese wisdom, psychology, philosophy, health science, and practical life lessons into one simple but life-changing idea. Find your purpose, and life becomes more meaningful. But how exactly do you find it? That's what the rest of the book is all about.
At the center of the book is a simple concept. Your Ikigai exists at the intersection of four things: what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be rewarded for. When these four areas overlap, you discover work and activities that feel meaningful instead of draining. Most people live outside this intersection. Some have money but no passion. Others have passion but no direction. Some are talented but never use their gifts. And many spend years climbing a ladder only to realize it's leaning against the wrong wall. Imagine a musician who became an accountant because it seemed practical, or a talented teacher working in a job they hate. Externally, they may look successful. Internally, they feel disconnected. Ikigai is about reconnecting with your authentic self. It's not necessarily about quitting your job tomorrow. It's about discovering what makes you feel alive. What activities make you lose track of time? What conversations energize you? What contribution do you want to make? These questions begin pointing toward your Ikigai. One of the most fascinating discoveries in the book comes from the people of Okinawa. Many centenarians there don't stop working when they get older. In fact, many continue gardening, teaching, creating, helping others, and learning new things well into their 90s and beyond. Why? Because they never lose their purpose. Most people think retirement is the ultimate goal. Work hard, save money, retire, then finally enjoy life. But the people in Okinawa teach a different lesson. A meaningful life isn't something you start after retirement. It's something you practice every day. They stay active. They remain socially connected. They contribute to their communities. And they keep doing things that matter to them. Most people never realize this until it's too late. The goal isn't to stop moving. The goal is to keep living with purpose. Purpose creates energy.
Purpose creates resilience. Purpose gives life direction. And according to the book, that direction may be one of the greatest predictors of long-term happiness. Another major concept in the book is something psychologists call flow. Flow is the state where you're completely absorbed in what you're doing. Hours feel like minutes. You forget your worries. You become fully present. Maybe you've experienced it while writing, playing sports, designing, coding, painting, teaching, or solving a problem. In those moments, you're not watching the clock. You're immersed. The authors believe that many clues to your Ikigai can be found inside these flow experiences. Pay attention to the activities that naturally pull you into deep focus. These moments reveal what your mind and heart are drawn toward. This is where most people get it wrong. They think purpose arrives as a dramatic revelation. But often, purpose reveals itself quietly through consistent joy, curiosity, and engagement. Your Ikigai may already be present in your life. You simply haven't been paying attention. The beauty of Ikigai is that it's incredibly practical. The book teaches several daily habits that anyone can adopt. First, stay active. Not because you want six-pack abs, but because movement keeps your body and mind healthy. Second, don't overeat. The Okinawan practice called hara hachi bu encourages eating until you're about 80% full, instead of stuffed. Third, build strong relationships. Research consistently shows that meaningful human connections are among the biggest predictors of happiness. Fourth, manage stress. The people studied in the book often practice mindfulness, spend time in nature, and maintain a slower pace of life. And finally, keep learning. Curiosity keeps the mind young. Growth keeps life exciting. Notice that none of these habits require extraordinary talent. They're simple, but practiced consistently, they create extraordinary results over time. One of the most powerful ideas in the book is this: the happiest people are not the ones who have the best of everything, but the ones who find meaning in what they do. Another memorable lesson is that purpose is not a destination. It's a daily practice. You don't discover your purpose once and then you're done. You strengthen it through your actions every day. The book also teaches that small improvements matter. You don't need a complete life transformation overnight. Tiny positive actions repeated consistently create massive change over time. And perhaps the most powerful message of all, life becomes richer when you focus less on what you can get and more on what you can contribute. Because contribution creates meaning, and meaning creates fulfillment. Imagine reaching the end of your life and realizing you spent decades chasing goals that never truly mattered to you. That's a painful thought. But now imagine something different. Imagine waking up every morning with a clear sense of purpose. Imagine feeling excited about your work, your relationships, your growth, and your contribution to the world. That's the vision behind Ikigai. This book isn't really about living to 100. It's about making every year feel meaningful. It's about discovering what makes you come alive and building a life around it. Because success without purpose feels empty, but purpose gives success meaning. So here's a question to leave you with. What is the reason you get out of bed every morning? What activities make you feel fully alive? And what contribution do you want your life to make? Your answers may be the first clues to your Ikigai. And once you discover it, everything begins to change. If you enjoyed this summary, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who's searching for more purpose in life. Because sometimes one idea can change an entire future, and Ikigai might be that idea.